Vortigern barely tapped the bell, yet the still water began to ripple and churn. A heartbeat later, countless serpents broke the surface, slithering toward the bank in unison. Then, writhing up from within the mass of coiling bodies, a grotesque figure emerged. She was the evil serpent witch. Hideous as she appeared, she wielded immense dark power and could grant any wish to whoever summoned her. But the price was steep. The summoner had to sacrifice the one they loved most, and so Vortigern brought his beautiful wife to the water's edge. While his wife was off guard, Vortigern brutally stabbed his wife to death, staining the pool water red with the blood of his beloved. That very night, a fearsome dark knight materialized from thin air and cut down King Uther and his wife where they stood. With his last breath, Uther hurled the sacred sword into the sky, and sword and body alike sank together to the bottom of the sea. A great ruler had fallen. In the wake of that slaughter, Vortigern claimed the throne and seized absolute power. He was Uther's own brother. To cement his grip on the kingdom, he began a massive construction project to build the Tower of Babel. Legend held that if the 100th floor were plated in silver, the builder would obtain limitless power, but his tyranny brought divine punishment down upon him. Overnight, the sea pulled back 100 meters, and the long-lost sacred sword resurfaced from the deep. The army was thrown into chaos. Soldiers scrambled over one another trying to pull the sword free, because legend also said that whoever drew it was the true heir to the throne. The sight of it filled Vortigern with dread. He quickly sped up the construction of the tower. He almost made it. But then the one person he feared most appeared. A common street thug, in front of everyone, pulled the sacred sword free. The ground shook. The tremor rippled all the way through the palace walls. When Vortigern arrived at the scene, he immediately recognized the thug in front of him as his brother's son, Arthur. As it turned out, Arthur had survived that fateful night long ago, swept away by the current and eventually pulled from the water by a group of women working in a brothel, because the trauma of his early years had wiped his memory clean. He had no idea who he was or where he came from. He often dreamed of being chased by a black knight. He had only come to join the fun and try to pull out the holy sword, but he unexpectedly fell into the king's trap.